Welcome to another week of Yoga with Come Follow Me. This week we're doing Mosiah 25 through 28. And you guys, last week, after editing my whole video, as I also said in my Instagram post and my YouTube video, I completely forgot to do the last two chapters. It was supposed to be Mosiah 20 through 24. I did 20 through 22. I was just so excited they found King Mosiah that apparently I didn't want to go on. So we're gonna just quickly cover 23 and 24 today, and then go on to 25. And then tomorrow I'll do 26, 27, and 28. And then 29 is the very last chapter of Mosiah, and then we're in the book of Alma. Come to a nice seated position. Start to come to your breath. Inhale and exhale. 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 Keep breathing. Ammon and Limhi decide to take their people and leave from the Lamanites, remember? And so the Lord helps them by getting the Lamanites completely drunk, and they flee. And then that's where they find King Mosiah after traveling in the wilderness for a minute, right? They travel, they find King Mosiah. That's where I was very excited and ended. So in 23, we're gonna come back to Alma and his people. So inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, right palm down, reach that side body over to the right. Inhale, center, exhale, palm to the left, reach over to the left, gaze up. And inhale, come up to center. On your exhale, you're going to plant your palms and bring your hips all the way up so you're in this nice forward fold. And just stay here for a minute. Breathe for a couple breaths. Bending your knees. Keeping that breath alive and deep. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay, on your next inhale, bend your knees, bring your hips back. We're going into Utkatasana or chair pose. We're lifting our arms up, our shoulders are backing down. We're gazing either up or forward. Our knees do not want to be past our big toes, and our tailbone does not want to be tucked out like this. We want to tuck it in towards our core and really engage that core. Take a couple breaths here. You should really wake up your legs and start to really deepen that breath just by default, complete default. So let's go into chapter 23. Alma does not want to be king. So we're turning back over to Alma and his people are like, hey, we want you to be our king. You are very righteous, you know God. You should lead us. And Alma says in verse, keep your chair pose, 7. I love this, so I'm going to read it. He said unto them, behold, it is not expedient that we should have a king. For thus saith the Lord, ye shall not esteem one flesh above another, or one man shall not think himself above another. Therefore I say unto you, it is not expedient that ye should have a king. How much humility is that, right? When I first read that, I was like, oh man, there's an example. Okay, go a little bit deeper. They find this land that's comfortable and they call it the city of Helam. And if you remember, Helam was one of the first ones to get baptized with Alma in the land of, in the waters of Mormon. So Helam is with them. They call it the city of Helam, and the Lamanites come and find them. Okay, straighten those legs. Bring your hands to heart center. I can definitely feel my legs. Your breath should be nice and deep. Let's just do some neck exercises. Bring your neck from side to side and relax that shoulder. Relax the tension. Do some shoulder circles, whatever feels good. Release some of that tension. So the Lamanites come to their city and they cry to the Lord saying, we know that the Lamanites are really, really strong and we really don't want them to overpower us and we don't want to be killed. We've come so far already. I can just imagine how they feel. And so they're just pleading, what the heck is on my floor? There is a bug. It's a cricket. I'll get it after the video. Don't worry. He just wants to study the scriptures. How did he get in my house? Sorry, okay. So they cry to the Lord, and the Lord softens the Lamanites' hearts. And they soften them so much that they're not going to attack. They're going to speak to each other. And Alma and his people are saying, hey, we don't want to be killed. It's crawling! Just kidding. I used to catch crickets when I was little, so I'm not afraid of them. They're kind of cute. Kind of like him. We'll name him Alma. Oh, it's perfect. So instead of attacking, the Lamanites are like, hey, we actually don't all of a sudden want to kill you. Our hearts are softened. We just want to know where the land of Nephi is. So show us where the land of Nephi is, and then we'll leave. So they do, and the Lamanites do not keep their promise. They don't leave. They actually keep them. There's a lizard outside. What is happening? How are there so many living things? It's like right by my door. Hey, little buddy. He's so cute. We'll call him Helam. Let's do some yoga for a minute. Let's reach our arms all the way up, gaze up. Inhale here, find length in that spine, and on your exhale, bend the hips, do a nice forward fold, and just go into some bend in the knees. So the Lamanites did not keep their promise, and they come over to control the city of Helam. And also in this chapter, remember in chapter 20, when the daughters of the Lamanites were dancing, and the priests of Noah took them, and Amulon was in that group of priests. Right? So he took the daughters, they married them, and the Amulon and the daughters of the Lamanites are now combined. Because the Lamanites were like, well, we hate you guys, but we like our daughters, so I guess you're coming with us. And then they basically say, okay, Amulon, you're going to lead or take control over the people in the city of Helam. So Amulon is now over them. Okay, so inhale, lengthen the spine, gaze out. Exhale, plant the palms, jump or step your feet back into a high plank. Inhale here and exhale, lower down to the bottom of your push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Gaze up. And exhale, bring your hips high, engage that core, downward facing dog. Take a nice vinyasa, let's sync up our breath. Our cricket's still here, no worries. Okay, let's inhale, three-legged dog. So inhale that right leg back to the back wall. Flex that foot so the heel is pointing to the back wall. And lower that right hip down to meet the left. Inhale here and exhale. Bring that right leg in between both of your hands. Straighten the back leg. Bring that back heel down. And inhale your arms all the way up. Gaze up, warrior one. Or Virabhadrasana A. And take some breaths. So chapter 24, it starts out by saying how there's King Laman is over the Lamanites. King Amulon is over the city of Helam, and then there are 2 other leaders, which we don't know their names, but they're over the city of Shilom and Shemlon. And these leaders do not have any teachings of God. They are not very righteous, and they don't believe in God. Inhale here and exhale. Bring your hands back down, framing that foot. Bring the right leg back to meet the left. High plank. Lower down into the bottom of your push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Where's that cricket? Oh, he's right there. Gaze up. Exhale, engage that core. Lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths. So the righteous start crying to God, and the leaders hate that they're crying to God because they don't believe in it. Inhale that left leg to the back wall. 3-legged dog. Flex that foot. And bring that left hip down to meet the right. And they threaten to kill them if they hear them cry of God. So the people are now crying silently. And God hears their prayers. Exhale, bring that left leg in between the right. Lower that back heel down to the ground. Inhale, arms all the way up, warrior 1. Gaze up. Find strength in both of your legs. And breathe. God hears them and says, I will deliver you. Just wait, you guys. I promise I will make your burdens light. And they trust God. So then he comes and speaks to them a little bit later and says, tomorrow, get ready. Where's my cricket? Oh, he's right there. He just wants to get out. Tomorrow you will be free, so get ready. Get your people ready, get your things ready. So they do. And the next morning, the Lamanites are in a deep sleep. Like they sleep in the whole morning for Alma and his people to escape. So they do. They leave and they find this land that they love. Inhale here and exhale. Frame that foot. Bring the left leg back to meet the right. High plank. Lower down into the bottom of your push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, engage that core. Lift those hips. Downward facing dog. Take some breaths. So they found this land and they call it the land of Alma. But God says, don't get too comfortable. The Lamanites are coming. They're going to find you. So you might want to leave. So they do. And they find the land of Zarahemla in their travels. And King Mosiah welcomes them with joy. So all of these people, all of these groups are now finding the land of Zarahemla. And they're all just coming together for an awesome reunion. Inhale, lift the heels, look at the hands. Exhale, bring both of your feet in between your hands. Bend the knees, bring the hips down. Bring your arms up. Inhale here, gaze up. Utkatasana or chair pose. Tuck that tailbone. Engage that core. Protect the spine. So now we're in chapter 25. It is all about how beautiful the people are, how they come together and talk about their stories and their journeys and their just what they've all been through, and they kind of trace it back to where all of it started, and they all just share all these stories, and their conclusion through all of this is that God is just so good, and they give all the gratitude to him. On your next exhale, go a little bit farther down into that chair pose. Reach and lengthen that spine. Really feel your legs. Breathe. Breathe deep. I know you're feeling your legs. Breathe through it. So they give so much thanks to God. And I love in verse 16 when it says, remember it was the Lord that did deliver them. They remembered that it was the Lord the entire time, and they've been through so much. How many times have we been through a lot in our life, and we don't necessarily remember that at the end of the day? And it is really just a testimony strengthener, right? That these people are just like, I've been through so much, and it is because of the Lord, and at the end of the day, I'm going to thank my Lord and my God and give thanks to him. Okay, inhale, strengthen your legs. Take some breaths, maybe bend your knees. Where's my cricket? Where's our Alma cricket? Uh-oh. He's just journeying the wilderness. Okay, and then they all those who have not been baptized up to this point want to be baptized. So they talk about baptism and repentance and faith and how they are blessed and they're prosperous and they are people of God. And the Lord did pour out his Spirit upon them. And just how good God is and how good these people are because of God and God in their life. Inhale here, find a nice neutral spine. And exhale, bend at the hips. Come down into a forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And when you're ready, exhale, just come down into a seated position. Tomorrow we will start on chapter 26. And all is well right now, right? They're feeling so much peace, so much gratitude, and so much joy. And it's one of those times in their life where everything just seems to be flowing. And tomorrow, in chapter 26, some people will stir things up a little bit. As expected, because that's how life happens, right? So inhale and exhale. Let go of that breath. I really need to find our Alma cricket friend. I really do love where we live. We live right off of a mountain, and it is my absolute favorite place I've ever lived. It's beautiful. I love my lot. And we get little friends all the time, like lizards and crickets. Inhale here, and exhale, let go of that breath. Let go of everything, let go of the tension. And when you step off of your mat or your square space, your yoga space, as soon as you step out of that, be ready to just conquer your day. The light in me honors and loves the light within you. Namaste. I will see you tomorrow.